Hey everyone, Zealous Talon again for the third and final time tonight. Went on a video spree tonight to kind of make up for that 2 week hiatus. But yeah, last video tonight. As of this recording, I got to get ready for school in about 5.5 hours, so I need to get some sleep before then. So this is a follow up to my argument, my pro God anti atheist arguments video. That was one of my first posts. I didn't touch on as much as I would have liked in that first video, so this is a sort of just an expansion to that. Which I'd intended to do it sooner, but I ended up, I was going back to school and work and everything. I've been reading some books lately. I've been reading the God Delusion, so that kind of reminded me that I needed to get this going. So yeah, the last two major points I wanted to touch on. One of them is, obviously intelligent design. I mean, that's basically the biggest, pro God argument out there. But that's going to be kind of divided into biology and just the cosmic nature in general. And the other argument I wanted to touch on is known as Pascal's wager. So I'll go with intelligent design first because Pascal's wager, I that doesn't need much time. So I can do that in about 10 seconds if necessary. Okay, but in intelligent design, no, for rambling. Okay. From a biology standpoint, the main creationist argument is that everything is so complex that the chance of it occurring is so infinitesimally small that it had to have been designed. Well, yes, the chance of a human or a chimp or even a goldfish or a dragonfly or a worm, the chance of that occurring spontaneously is virtually nil. But what they always, 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 always fail to grasp is that evolution is a cumulative process that has been going on for billions of years. I mean, not as long as the Earth itself. The Earth was completely uninhabitable for quite some time. Somewhere on the order, do not quote me on this, somewhere on the order, like the first 2 or 3 billion years of Earth history was so tumultuous that, I mean, even the most basic single-celled organisms did not exist. So, right there, it took 3 billion years just for life on Earth to occur. That's quite a long time for that to happen. Now, chance is an element of evolution at first, but what really drives it is natural selection. So what you have is, life eventually occurs in the most simple of forms. You start getting random mutations in the division of the cells. You get imperfections. It's been likened to the science program I watched one time. I can't recall the name of it. It was several years ago. This guy took a document and scan copied it 7 times, and you can notice imperfections in the document already. It's a simplified explanation of what it is, but it's basically the same premise, obviously done over a much shorter period of time. But you get the random mutations. Now, natural selection comes into play. And atheists, I'm sorry if I'm boring you. You already know this. But, this isn't really directed at you, is it? So, natural selection comes in that most mutations are benign. They make no difference whatsoever. But some of them create a severe, or not a severe, but a rather significant biological difference. You might have a random mutation where the eye, for instance. I mean, this is kind of a strange thing to go, but say a mutation occurs where you develop a light sensitivity. I'm not saying a full-fledged eye, but the very most basic precursor to it, which even in itself would have it would have come from several stages. So by the way, fuck the irreversible complexity argument. I might have to go on that now. Oh crap. But this might require a third video. But say you have light sensitivity. Now, say you have a environment where there's quite a bit of light, obviously this is going to give you an advantage. If you can see what things can't, well, that's an entirely different mode of perception that other things can't pick up on. It'd be like an eagle hunting a cave fish. Some of those fish that live in caves have just like retroactively lost the use of their eyes over time because it's of no significant advantage. I mean, it's like the fish can't see the hawk. It's not gonna notice it coming down and plucks it out of the water, has a nice fat dinner. And then other mutations are detrimental. Those detrimental mutations we don't see so much because when you have a detrimental mutation, it lowers your chance of survival. Lower the chance of survival, you lower the chance of reproduction. Eventually, after a few generations or so, only the beneficial traits will show up. Now, just because a trait is detrimental in one situation doesn't mean it's detrimental in another, and that's where you get niches in the ecosystem and whatnot. Where you get more specialized organisms like the clownfish, which can live amongst the anemones, or you get symbiotic butterflies and flowers, where it's like, yeah, it couldn't survive under a different circumstance, but through that natural selection, it finds a niche, and it continues to survive. Despite having an otherwise detrimental thing. Now, say you take away that flower, that butterfly is going to die out because specialization becomes detrimental to the changed environment. And then you get extinction. If you have major climate shifts, or the arrival of a different species, or a new predator, you can get larger scale extinctions. Cataclysm will lead to mass extinction. That's one of the bigger mysteries. What cataclysm caused the Permian extinction? I think that's probably one of the biggest paleobiological mysteries right now. That'd be very interesting to know how over 90% of life was wiped out over the course of such a short span of time, geologically speaking. Shite, minute left. So yeah, this is gonna need a third video. In my third video, I'll expand upon this overall, and then also go over irreversible complexity. But Pascal's wager essentially states that you should believe in God because you have nothing to lose by believing in God, but everything to lose by not believing in God. Fuck you. Okay? Since when did freedom become so cheap that you would sell it for false promises? Seriously. I believe that we only have this one life to exist, and I'm damn well gonna make the most of it and not spend it enslaved in the thrall of an imaginary, misogynistic, hypocritical, violent, brutal, bloodthirsty deity. I'm not gonna do it. Pascal's wager. That's all I have to say about that one. So stick around for part 3.